Hello everyone, my name is MERIESCA Amanda. I'm from State Polytechnic of Sriwijaya. Today I would like to present about order variable materials. So let's look for the video. Okay, order variables. Order variables or ordinal data, we can call it ordinal data, based on Wikipedia is a categorical statistical data type where the variables have natural ordered categories and the distances between the categories is not known. This data exists on an ordinal scale. It also differs from an interval and ratio scales by not having category widths that represent equal increments of the underlying attributes. To the next slide. Here we can say just like an category variable, an ordinal variable also has two or more categories, but these categories can be ordered from high to low. However, these categories are not equally spaced. And then for the next one, I have the example. Sometimes data on an interval scales or ratio scales are not grouped onto an ordinal scales. For examples, individuals whose income is known might be grouped into the income categories, like from $0 to $19 is the lowest one, and then $20 to $39 is the mid one, and then $40 to $59 is the highest one, which then we might be coded as 1, 2, 3, and 4 data interval or ratio scales. Say we assign score 1, 2, 3, and 4 to these 4 levels of educational experience, and we compare the difference in education between categories 1 and categories 2 with the difference in educational experience between the categories 2 and categories 3, or the difference between categories 3 and categories 4. Then let's look to the next slides. This is the other examples of order variables that include socio-economic status, like military ranks, letter grades, but these categories actually are not equally spaced. For example, the difference between rich and middle class might be greater in dollar amount than between middle class and poor class. So, if the categories are equally spaced, then the variable is an interval variable. This also can be ordered as in addition to being able to classify the categories of socioeconomic status and so on, we can order the categories as low, medium, and high. Now consider a variable like educational experience, like elementary school, high school, some college, and college graduate. Even though we can order these from lowest to highest, the spacing between the values may not be the same across the level of the variables. The difference between the categories elementary and high school is probably much bigger than the difference between categories high school and some college. In this example, we can order the people in level of educational experience, but the size of the difference between categories is inconsistent. If these categories were equally spaced, then the variable will be numerical variable. So let's see slide 7. After we discuss about the ordinal variables, now I have the visualizations and display of order variable itself. So we have bar chart, pie chart, table chart, mosaic, color or grayscale, and bar chart. So the first one is bar chart. A bar chart is a graph that present categorical data with rectangular bars with heights or length proportional to the value that they represent. This bar chart is the example of group bar chart. Bar chart actually provides a visual presentations of categories data. Categorical data is a grouping of data into discrete groups such as month of the year, age group, shoe sizes, and animals. Also, and then these categories are usually qualitative. In a column of a bar chart, the categories appear along the horizontal axis. The height of the bar corresponds to the value of each categories. The next one is pie chart. Pie chart is a secular statistical graphic which is divided into slices to illustrate numerical proportions. In a pie chart, the length of each slice is proportional to the quantity it presents. Here, the pie chart that I have is the pie chart of the population of English native speaker. Pie charts actually are very widely used in the business world and the mass media. So the next one is table. Table is an arrangement of data in rows and columns, or possibly in a more complex structure. Tables are widely used in communications, research, and data analysis. Tables usually appear in printed media, handwritten notes, computer software, architectural ornamentation, traffic signs, and many other places. The precise combination of terms for describing tables vary depending on the context. Tables differ significantly in variety, structure, flexibility, notations, representations, and use. And then the last slide is mosaic and a bar chart. Mosaic is also known as Marimekko diagram. Is a graphical method for visualizing data from two or more qualitative variables. This mosaic plot showing cross-sectional distribution through time, different music themes in the Guardian list of 1,000 songs to hear before you die. So, actually, mosaic give multi-dimensional extensions of spines plots, which graphically displayed the same information for only one variable. It gives an overview of the data and makes it possible to recognize relationship between different variables. For example, the independence is shown by the boxes across categories all have the same areas. So the last one is bar chart. A line chart that shows the relative ranking of the item from one item to the next one is also appropriate for ordinal data. Here is the example bar plot of opinion on defense spending by political party. So those are the the presentations. I hope you understand and take some valuable points from these presentations. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.